Hello everyone and welcome to Day 7 of the Stanley Cup qualification playoff rounds. Day 7 has been the craziest day so far in the NHL. We had the Islanders, Florida in Game 4, Nashville and Arizona Game 4, Pittsburgh, Montreal Game 4, Edmonton, Chicago Game 4, Toronto, Columbus Game 4, and of course Vancouver, Minnesota Game 4. Crazy night. Crazy day. Let's get into it. All right, let's get right into this. So you have the New York Islanders versus the Florida Panthers. We're in Game 4. Islanders are up 2-1. First period, all Islanders basically. First 10 minutes or so, back and forth. Then the Islanders strike. You got Beauvillier, who's had a great play-in so far. He gets his second goal of the series at 11:32, then follows it up again at 15:10. It's 2-0 Islanders already. And Florida, good luck. You're already down by 2 against a trap team like the New York Islanders. Good luck. Luckily, let's just go with luckily, Panthers get on the power play near the end of the first period, and it's Mike Hoffman, who still had a strong play-in. He gets his third of the series power play goal from Huberdeau and Barkov. It's 2-1 going into the second period. Mike Hoffman, I see him going somewhere else next year, and I could see Seattle eyeing him when they enter the league in a year's time. Second period, and it's only the New York Islanders who get on the board. Brock Nelson gets his second of the series at 8:01, power play goal from Bailey and Tays, and it's 3-1 Islanders. Third period we go. In the third period, around the 10-minute mark, Matthew Barzal finally gets on the board, finally gets into these playoffs, assisted by Jordan Eberle. It's 4-1 Islanders. And then, of course, with about 3 minutes left, Jean-Gabriel Pageau gets his third of the series, another great pickup and signing by the Islanders. He scores. It is 5-1 New York, and that's it. The New York Islanders eliminate the Florida Panthers in 4 games, 3-1. Varlamov had a great game. Bobrovsky did make 33 saves in the loss. He had a rough season this year. This whole play-in series, he started to find his footing. He didn't get to the Sergei Bobrovsky expectations that we all expect from him. But I think next year he'll come in and he'll play a lot better. But Florida just didn't have the firepower to beat the New York Islanders. The New York Islanders are built for the playoffs, and they've shown it here. New York moves on to the playoffs. They win 5-1, and they win in 4 games. Well done, New York. Next up, let's go right into Nashville versus Arizona in Game 4. Arizona's up 2-1. They've shocked Nashville so far this series. Darcy Kuemper has been the absolute stud that Arizona needed and we all expected. Let's get right into this game. First period, Kuemper is playing amazing. He's taken on the onslaught from the Predators, and Michael Grabner says, "No problem, I'll support you." He gets his second of the series from OEL at 17:27. It's 1-0 Arizona going into the second. A massive goal. Into the second period, and the Arizona Coyotes, they continue to help out Kuemper. There's like a little turnover. Puck's comes out front. It's spinning a bit. It's on edge, and Phil Kessel just turns a nice little half clapper just inside the post. He gets his first of the playoffs. Phil's had a lot of assists so far. It's his first of the playoffs. We know Phil Kessel is built for the playoffs. Looks like he wasn't the problem, Pittsburgh Penguins. They had other issues because Kessel has brought it so far. At 1:37 of the second period, he gives the Arizona Coyotes even more support. He gives Kuemper even more support. It's 2-0 Arizona. Not long after that, though, about 3 minutes after that, Nashville do get on the power play and they do take advantage. This one is Matt Duchene. He tips home a point shot from Roman Josi. Tips that point shot from Roman Josi. A nice tip. Puck goes down low. and Nashville gets on the board. After that, it's, of course, Mr. Victor Arvidsson, who continues his hot streak. He's also built for the playoffs. It's one of these guys that, like, if you're going to do fantasy hockey, you might as well grab him up. He always somehow manages to get on the board, especially in the playoffs. He gets his third from Allison Forsberg. This time it's not a slap shot, so he's proven there he goes. He can score in other ways. He makes it 2-2 going into the third period. Third period we go, and Osterley, he scores around 4:21 into the third period to give Arizona the lead, and Arizona would hold that lead till 32 seconds left in the game when Philip Forsberg gets his third of the series, a massive goal. When he scored, I was like, oh, yep, there it is. That's the moment. Nashville has this game, and the series is now going to flip. He scores, makes it 3-3, heading into overtime. And then in overtime, Brad Richardson at 5:27 from Jason Demers and Vinny Hinostroza. He pots home the loose puck, and the Arizona Coyotes win 4-3 in overtime. The Arizona Coyotes, who have been put on the shoulders of Darcy Kemper, have eliminated the Nashville Predators. The underdog Arizona Coyotes are heading to the playoffs. I picked these guys to upset Nashville. I picked them to do it in 5. They've done it in 4. Blows my mind. Unbelievable. Darcy Kemper. Amazing game. Exactly what the Coyotes needed. The Yotes are howling. They're off to the playoffs. Nashville, at least you get a chance at Lafreniere. Well done, Arizona. You win this series in 4 games, 3-1.
All right, next up we have Pittsburgh Penguins, Montreal Canadiens, Game 4. And this game was insanely boring. I'm pretty sure midway through the second period there was 10 shots total. That's it. Is it 10 shots total? 10 shots, I don't know. It was awful. And it was about 10 shots each. And nothing was happening. Jari was in net for the Penguins, and he looked great. Carey Price was in net for the Habs, and he looked great. Both goalies played brilliant. And it wasn't until about 4 minutes to go in the game that the first goal was scored. And it was by Arturi Lehkonen of the Montreal Canadiens. The Pittsburgh Penguins, what happened, Jari was screwed on this play. No fault of his own. Lost coverage in the defensive zone, basically, and Lehkonen's there just to finish it off. And he makes it 1-0. Pittsburgh didn't really do much this game at all. Crosby hit a crossbar or 2, but they just couldn't really generate anything, and Carey Price was just solid. Shea Weber ends up getting the empty net goal at 19:28. He just turns and fires it from his own zone. It hits off the boards, somehow gets past every Montreal Canadian and Pittsburgh Penguin, goes straight in the net. Weber gets his second of the series, and Montreal defeats the Pittsburgh Penguins 2-0, which means Montreal upset the 5th seed Pittsburgh Penguins 3-1 to win this series and make the playoffs. The .500 winning percentage in NHL standard, Montreal Canadiens knocked off a team 20-something points better than them. Insane. Montreal makes the playoffs. Pittsburgh gets a chance at Lafreniere. I guess that's one good thing for Pittsburgh. But still, after that whole season and playing that well, they don't even make the playoffs. My God, Montreal Canadiens are in the Stanley Cup playoffs. This is what we love about hockey. This is what we love about these Stanley Cup qualifiers. This is great. Habs 2, Pittsburgh 0. Montreal wins the series 3-1. Another game 4. Another 5th seed versus 12th seed. Another series where the 5th seed is down 2-1. This time, we have the Edmonton Oilers against the Chicago Blackhawks. Okay, Blackhawks, 72 points this season. Edmonton Oilers, 83 points this season. Technically, I believe the Edmonton Oilers should have been 4th and in the round robin bit anyway. So what's going to happen? Of course we know. The Chicago Blackhawks are going to win. Let's just get right into this. Josh Archibald scores 45 seconds into the game. Oilers are up 1-0. Exactly the start they needed. 5 minutes later, Brendan Saad gets on the board for Chicago. 2 minutes after that, Highmore scores his second of the series. Chicago's up 2-1 going into the second period. In the second period, 2 minutes in, RNH scores his second of the series from Neil and McDavid. Oilers tie the game, it's 2-2. And the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who got 5 points in his debut for the Chicago Blackhawks in the playoffs, the Calder Trophy finalist, the 30-goal scorer, the 24-year-old rookie, Kubalik, scores. Leon Draisaitl misses his defensive assignment and continues to go to the puck carrier, or the person with the puck, behind the Oilers' net. Leaves Kubalik open. Quick little pass by Taves. Kubalik scores. Chicago's up 3-2. And then it's dwindling down. Time's dwindling down. Edmonton goes to pull the goalie. Koskinen skates to the bench. He hears, "Don't come." He goes back. He doesn't know what to do. Does he go off? Does he stay back? Oilers get a too many men call when they try to pull the goalie. They get a penalty. Their coach is going wild. The goaltender's going wild. And Chicago goes, "Thank you very much." The Chicago Blackhawks, on the back of a 43-save performance by Corey Crawford, eliminate the Edmonton Oilers with a 3-2 win in Game 4. The Chicago Blackhawks, even without Patrick Kane being Patrick Kane, he was basically non-existent this series. They eliminated the 5th seed team. The Chicago Blackhawks have made the playoffs. The Edmonton Oilers are probably going to get Lafreniere. Insane. 2 5th seeds gone. 2 12th seeds in. Crazy playoffs. Unbelievable. Chicago Blackhawks win this game 3-2. The series 3-1. Chicago moves on. Edmonton, you're in the draft lottery. Okay, the next game. There's another game where I'm up at 3 a.m. Watch this game live. And this entire game, I was hating my life until 4 minutes to go in the game. Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now remember, Columbus is up 2-1. The Blue Jackets came back down 3-0 midway through the second period in Game 3 to have 4 unanswered goals, a hat trick from Pierre-Luc Dubois, and a lovely breakaway goal by Dubois to beat the Maple Leafs and win Game 3. Let's get right into it. You have Merzlikins back in the net for Columbus. Anderson, he's ready. He's on the back-to-back. Let's go. 3:58 into the game. Cam Atkinson scores for Columbus. I don't know what was happening there, but basically Robertson lost an edge, and Justin Hall made an awful decision to go towards the boards instead of typically staying, in between the dots. You're going to go straight up the ice. So he gets beat, of course, and Dubois is gone. And then Dubois gets into the zone, does a little leg kick, keeps the carry the puck. Anderson has to follow him. It's Martin Marincin back there, so that's great. Basically a 2-on-0. Feeds it over to Atkinson. Atkinson just roofs it. Quick little one-touch roof. Columbus is up 1-0. Hall and Marincin together Oh God. Oh no. Maple Leafs did try to get back in the game here, but really this was Columbus' game in the first. Second period, Columbus scores again at 4:40. Gavrikov, Mr. Give me a call or call me. Freaking I hate those celebrations. Anyway, he scores. He does a little wrister. Mitch Marner tries to get a stick on it, deflects off its blade, flutters over Freddie Anderson's glove. Columbus is up 2-0. At this time, I'm like, oh no. Columbus is going to sit back. They're going to pull the Islanders. They're going to do that 5-man trap behind the frickin' red line. And Leafs are screwed. And that was basically it. Leafs got some shots and stuff, but Merzlikins, he was seeing everything. They had a lot of, like, let's say, perimeter chances, perimeter shots. The only line that could actually get anything going in close, just crash and bang, was the fourth line. Through the first two periods, actually through the first 2.5 periods, that fourth line was the best line on the ice for both teams. Clifford, Engvall, Spezza played an amazing game. Down 2-0. Was it down 3 at this time? I can't even remember. Jason Spezza, 37-year-old Jason Spezza, just says, screw this. And he gets into a fight. Jason Spezza, if you can remember, like the all-star point-per-game player for the Ottawa Senators, not gonna fight, never. Drops the gloves, and just starts throwing bombs. He's eating bombs, fighting, just going hard. He doesn't want to go home. He's not going to stop fighting. And he literally takes this to heart, gets into a fight, and he's trying to help the Maple Leafs, will the Maple Leafs get them ready, just like Kyle Clifford did last 2 games ago with that massive hit. I commend Jason Spezza for fighting. That was awesome. Anyway, we're in the third period. Merzlikins is still seeing everything. Columbus is sitting back, and Toronto doesn't know how to enter the zone. They can't even get over their own blue line. All the forwards and everyone just circling, and there's Riley. He's got time. Goes for the pass because he gets pressured by Foligno. Foligno knocks it down, like hits his body. Then he outmuscles Riley, feeds it over to Jenner. Jenner scores at 14-18. It's 3-0 Columbus. At this time, I basically already said, well, there we go. Bet with my friend, you win. There's a case of beer. You got this. Columbus has the series. Well done. A couple other people said, screw it. Leafs need big change now. Trade proposals start flying in on Twitter. Other people just say, screw it. I'm going back to bed. Going to bed now. Turn off the game. And then all the Toronto Maple Leafs go, you know what? Let's make some history tonight. Let's surprise the world. Let's be on the opposite end of a 3-0 comeback. And what happens? Just under 4 minutes at 16:03, with Anderson pulled, Marner throws it on net. Hyman's there whacking away. Nylander shovels it through Merzlikins' legs. They've beaten the unbeatable goalie. Merzlikins had already made, I think it was like 56 consecutive saves from the previous period to here, or the previous game to here. Nylander scores his second of the series. It's 3-1. Anderson's back out of the net. The same group is back on. This time, it's Marner. Feeds it to Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews quickly to Tavares in the slot. Top corner over the blocker. 16:54. Just 51 seconds in between goals. And it's 3-2. And all you hear over the broadcast is, stay tuned, everyone. 2020 is here. And it's been a weird year. Anything can happen. And at 19:37, Zach Hyman makes it happen. Austin Matthews gets the pass from Willie. And he's waiting. Mitch Marner kind of takes a different route. And as he does that, the Columbus opens up. The sea parts. And Matthews turns and fires it back to Zach Hyman. kind of half bobbles it and then just shoots. There's a nice screen, and it goes through Merzlikins. Zach Hyman goes wild. The Maple Leafs go wild. It's 3-3. Toronto Maple Leafs have tied the game. And then I even had to take back a tweet saying, whoa, geez, that was a little bit too soon. But then I figured, you know what? They're going to have this 3-0 comeback, and then Columbus is just going to finish off in overtime. But in overtime, Toronto keeps peppering. They have since that 4-minute mark, they were on fire. Merzlikins had to make 49 saves this game. And then Foligno gets a penalty. Now, it might be a little bit controversial. Foligno was complaining about it because Riley went down. Now remember, Riley's he missed his draft year playing. He played 7 games. 5 games or something like that. Because he destroyed his knee. He destroyed his leg. He's had ankle issues. And if you watch the replay, I noticed it during the game. Foligno's stick got under his skate. It's a trip, whatever they called it. It's happening either way. Stop complaining. You did it. Just like earlier in the game, he was complaining based on a hook. Well, you hooked the guy 2 or 3 times. Yeah, the last one you did wasn't a hook, but the other 2, yeah, that's how you got caught. I hated the complaining of Foligno, and I'm so glad what happened next. Because Tavares loses the face-off. I think it's Savard tries to ran around the boards. The guy who had the penalty against him, Morgan Riley, stops the puck at the blue line, feeds it to Marner. Marner kind of turns back towards Riley, and both Atkinson and the defender go towards Marner. Marner with the behind the back little pass to Tavares. And who's there? You have Tavares at the sideboards, Nylander down low, and Austin Matthews sneaking in from the blue line. Tavares, a nice little sauce, one-timer. Good luck, Elvis. Top corner. Austin Matthews can't believe it. Toronto can't believe it. I jumped off the couch, basically. It was insane. I'm pretty sure I got a noise complaint from my neighbors. Austin Matthews with the power play goal, his second of the series. Toronto Maple Leafs come from behind and win 4-3 in overtime to force a Game 5. This series is now tied 2-2. Toronto, the first team ever to give up a 3-goal lead and lose, to follow that up with being behind by 3 goals, coming back and winning. I hope Toronto can pull this off and win Game 5. But overall, thank you, Toronto, for giving us fans hope. What an amazing, amazing comeback after such an awful game. Well done, Toronto. I can't wait for Game 5. This is the best series of the playoffs. All right, let's get into the final game of the night of Day 7. I'm exhausted at this point. That Leafs game just drained me. Let's go. So we got the Vancouver Canucks versus the Minnesota Wild. Vancouver's up 2-1. Okay, so first period, Kunin scores on the power play at 2:58 to make it 1-0 Minnesota. This is followed up 10 minutes later by Tanner Pearson, getting his second from Horvat and Tanev to make it 1-1. Stahl then scores less than a minute later, 2-1. Kevin Fiala, another point. Marcus Foligno, he looked good this game. It's 2-1 Minnesota going into the first, exactly what Minnesota needed. Minnesota then starts the second period really well. 5.5 minutes in, Joel Eriksson gets his first of the series. It's 3-1 Minnesota. But a minute and a half later that, Sutter, who had another great game, strong game for Vancouver, he scores to put the Canucks within 1. A minute after that, they're on the power play, and it's Quinn Hughes finally with his first power play goal, his first goal of the series, his first playoff goal. This time it's not tipped by Bo Horvat. He scores, he gets his first, it's 3-3. But with 1 minute left in the second period, Sturm scores, give Minnesota that massive 4-3 lead going into the third period. In the third period, Captain Bo Horvat gets his second of the series. A very big goal. He's left open in front of the net, and that's from Pearson and Tanev. He ties it up 4-4. This is going to be a quick one here. We're in overtime. And Chris Tanev, I think DeBrusque on the broadcast predicted Tanev to score and end this series. 11 seconds in. It's hard work by Vancouver. Get it to Tanev at the point. He fires it. It doesn't hit anyone. There is traffic going like flybys. And Stalock can't track the puck. Tanev scores 11 seconds in. Vancouver wins 5-4 in the first OT. Vancouver takes this series 3-1. The Canucks are off to the playoffs. Minnesota gets a chance at Lafreniere. Not much. The goaltending was fine this game. It was fine. It didn't impact anything. There was like one soft goal each, but really it didn't impact anything. This game could have went either way. Vancouver is able to finish it off. Well done to them. They're off into the playoffs. Amazing. And that's it for day 7. A crazy day of hockey. Great OT games. We only have one game 5 from the playoff qualifiers, and that's Toronto-Columbus. I cannot wait for that game. We got a bunch of round-robin games tomorrow, and then the big game 5 before the draft lottery. Loving this playoff hockey. Cannot wait till day 8. See you next time.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.